Hi Capricorn, welcome to a new era. My name is Emma. This is your reading for the upcoming 2 weeks, starting today on the 24th. And today, when I'm recording this, it is a new moon in Aquarius, and we have just entered into the Aquarian season on the 20th. And I think we're staying there until the 17th of February or something like that. Wait, what is it that stays in there? I thought we were shifting like 20th of... Anyways, not that important. What feels important is that it's both Aquarius season and the new moon is in Aquarius. So it's like very much of that energy. And I love that energy because it's all about upliftment, visionary thinking, new thinking, innovative thinking, sort of doing something you've never done before. As an Aquarius energy, it's more like if somebody else is doing the same thing, they don't want to do it. That sort of thing. And maybe to a fault sometimes, but if you take that energy onto your own individual life, Capricorn, it just means that you, with your energy and what I feel like this is not like all the rest, it's just going to suck for all the rest, but I feel like there's such a Capricorn year. 2020 is just such a Capricorn year because there's so many planets going in and out of Capricorn and it's so highlighted. So even though we have a new moon in Aquarius season, I still feel that the Capricorn energy, vibe, frequency sort of triumphs over the... I don't know, I think you feel it. I think you might feel like this is your year, this is your time. So use the energy of Aquarius if you want to, leave it if you don't want to. What? Like if you don't want to use the energy. I switched it up from, if you watched my readings before, you know that I've used a different deck. I'm switching it up to the Psychic Tarot with John Holland, from John Holland. Still not a tarot reading. I'm still just using the images of the card. As I'm saying that, I actually haven't seen, it has been very like, I am seeing a lot of things like orbs and when, like when angels are in the peripheral, periferin, as we say in Swedish, like at the edge, like I see something, like silhouette, I see the silhouette of certain energies, and it has been really quiet because I feel like it has been so much more, I don't know, about the wisdom coming forth from within, so it's sort of not to distract me with the sight. But today, as I was sitting down here, I feel like the vision is stronger, and just as I started your reading, there was a silhouette of a strong non-physical energy. So that might be important to you. You might have started to like open up your psychic centers. I'm waiting for a card to jump out. If you wonder like how long is she going to shuffle that deck. It is shuffled and done and did and overdone. I might just pull 3 cards because they're not jumping. Yeah, there might be something to you opening up your psychic centers, opening up to see more clearly. It doesn't have to be just for the non-physical, but it can be for opening up for seeing signs, opening up to see where the guidance is taking you right now. And it doesn't have to be specifically to see for you, it can be to feel. For somebody else is to hear. It can be like you have a gut feeling that this is, so listen to that gut feeling, that's all I'm saying. It's about listening to your signals, I guess. Sometimes you see them, sometimes you hear them, sometimes you feel them. Sometimes they come through music, they come through a line from a movie, they come through a friend saying something that they have no idea that was a message for you. I will do readings and I'll say stuff and I have no idea the things in between that I don't think is a message is really a message for somebody. So I trust not to sort of hinder anything, however weird it might sound. she yelled. I'm gonna finish off this reading with bye, with some cards also from Doreen Virtue. It's timing cards, and although it's so important, I keep doing things that and then I say I don't believe in that really, but I'm doing it anyway. It's just that the timing of things, it's not like this thing. It is gonna take this amount of time. I guess if you get pregnant, it is going to take around between 9 and 10 months, most generally. That's the time that we have to count on. But the time to get pregnant, it's really up to you. It's when you're in alignment with your wish. When you're ready for your wish, the thing you have to get pregnant, if that makes sense. So why do timing cards? Why, whatever comes out in your reading, when is that going to happen? Why do that? Because I think it's interesting to know if that says a year from now and you don't like hearing that, we can speed up your energy. If that says 2 weeks from now and you like hearing that, just know to stay the same, do exactly what you're doing because it's working, that sort of thing. Okay, I want to show you, and I want to start to say, I do know, and I do apologize for, on the bottom here it says light, but you can't see it. It looks almost a bit, I don't know what it looks like. Hebrew, maybe? It is the computer that makes the card go reverse. So it's a mirrored card for you. It says 19 and it says light, and that's what it feels like for me. This is a strong love connection, Capricorn. I feel a strong love connection, and when I look at the rest of the cards, that's really what I'm picking up here. So 19 for me stands for the Prince of Heaven, could equally be the Princess of Heaven, which just means that it's a divine, like it's a soul contract, it's a soulmate, it's a person you probably have seen over and over again in different like other lifetimes, and you're coming together soon. This is your upcoming two weeks upcoming reading, and the energy for it. So it's in the very near future, and this is light on the bottom. And the light, I feel, is that the light is coming in through this relationship. But I feel like either you have done a really good job at raising your own vibrations to sort of get into a lighter position, or that's what you're doing right now. Like, it's almost like this might be me asking you to just raise your vibration a tiny bit, and you'll be such a match to this soulmate, soul contract connection. You might wonder where your person is. So this is not for committed Capricorn. This is for you if you're single, or if you just started dating somebody or just met somebody. I feel like this person is coming in to, I shouldn't say change your life, because then you're not ready and it's not night and day difference, but they will have a strong impact, a strong influence on your life. And I feel like this is the person you've been waiting for. We have the black border around the card, which tells me that it's the universe is in on it, like the finger of God, some call it. It's like you can just sit back and relax and just work a bit on your vibration, meaning be quiet in solitude and maybe meditate, listen to music that really uplifts you, go out for walks in nature, that sort of thing, just reconnecting to your roots sort of thing, to lighten your energy a bit, and you're going to be a perfect match to this person coming in, okay? And then we move on to the number 8. So it's an eternity, infinity symbol, which has a green border. And this line here, I mean, I guess nothing is, it's not supposed to be there. Well, it is. So it is supposed to be there. But that's, I think this was a dog in the past that got a hold of this card. And I didn't want to throw it away because it has a meaning to be in this deck. So it says emotional withdrawal. I don't feel it's an emotional withdrawal. I don't feel like, maybe that's you in the past, that you have sort of gone within. It's an emotional withdrawal from the outside world. I'll give the card that. yeah, I can be fine with that. But it's not you shutting down your emotions. I feel like your emotions probably have been more active than in a really long time. That starting about like talking about seeing things, feeling things, hearing things. That is you guys being really in tune with your emotions, being really active in your emotions rather than having withdrawn them. But you might have withdrawn from certain people, from certain harsh energy, from certain if you were in a job situation and you maybe sometimes said yes to things, I feel like that's not conducive to your work. That's not, supporting your energy right now. It's not uplifting or inspiring in where you're going. So you're saying no to things, and that could be viewed as an emotional withdrawal. But as for you being in alignment with your own emotional body, I feel like you are really in tune. And as I said, that is at 11 on the clock, so that feels really in alignment. So this is you sitting in solitude. This is you doing exactly what I felt for this first card. It has a green border, which stands for healing. We're healing things from the past. We're being one with the emotions. You're sitting at the sea, like being connected to earth and to the water. I just feel like it's a beautiful path that you're on, and you're sort of not out there in the sense that like you don't run to bars every weekend, or you're not if you're on this internet dating sites, maybe you're a bit tired of it. Maybe like it's like, and I feel like this soul connection, I mean, they're gonna find, whether it's a woman or a man, they're gonna find their way into your life, no matter like the easiest path. It's not like it's so hard to meet somebody on the internet, or it's so hard to meet somebody in real life these days, or it's so hard to, that's none of that is true. What's true is that where you're most likely to be, the universe is going to turn themselves inside out for your person to be there as well, so that you can connect. So if you all of a sudden feel drawn to go somewhere, follow that impulse, because that might be the place where the person shows up. If you feel strongly to go to internet dating sites and you've had such a resistance towards it before, maybe follow it and try it. Maybe it's vice versa for you. It's like you've never done the internet dating and you feel so drawn to do it, and you're like, no, I'm not going to do it. It's not for me. That's just silly. And it's just, it might just be that the first or second person that pops up that you're looking at, like you just maybe need to set up a profile. You need to actually share some information about yourself. Maybe put up a photo so that they'll recognize you, or recognize your soul, or recognize your energy. And it might just be one or two people, and then there they were. You don't have to go through 100 people to get to this person, but you need to follow. That's the message I feel strongest for this reading today. Follow the impulses that you get now, however quiet they are, however subtle they feel, or silent almost. If you have a hunch, nudge, push is even too big, but if there's like a follow it, okay? It's good. You're healing things. We're moving forward in the direction that is really beautiful, Capricorn. To then, sorry, a sneeze is coming on. Excuse me. And I want to say thank you, because I feel like somebody's going to say, bless you. Yeah, and then we end. It's not an ending, but the third card out is love begins. It's so beautiful. It's like it's so beautiful. Whatever, I don't know. There's something about the darker hands. What is that about? Obviously, somebody could meet somebody with darker skin, but why is that important? I'm going to leave that because I don't know quite why I'm drawn to that. we have the number 1. It barely shows here, but it's the number 1. And 1 for me stands for new beginnings. It stands for a fresh start, a new start. We're starting over, begin again. I mean, it says love begins. So it's like, oh, it's beautiful. And it's like a never ending. So this is like the sea of love, or the creek of love, or path of love. And the cup is just, you know, it's pouring down. I just feel like this is an unconditional, never ending type of love. It's this type of love. It's the prince, princess of heaven. It's a light love. It's a very divine spiritual connection, guys. So it's, yeah. Sometimes when I feel something, I wish that you all could just tap into how I feel rather than my sort of words messing it up, because the words are messing it up right now. I can't really put clothes on the energy that I'm feeling. The energy is really profound. It's really beautiful. It's like, however cheesy or you know, lame it sounds, it's like you've come home finally. And I feel like you've found your home a few times. It doesn't mean that, you know, the rest of the people that you've been with in your life was sucky. It just means that you needed to go on this path before you sort of evolved into the person that you're now, so that you can actually meet this person and where they're at in their lifetime. And I feel for some of you guys, it feels like you already have found a soulmate earlier in your life. It's like, I'll go as far as to say somebody maybe even lost somebody to go over to the other side, and you just thought this will just never happen again. You know, you don't meet your soulmate twice. But Capricorn, I think you do. So for some of you, you might even have been married. You may have been married several times, and then those relationships ended, and here the new person is, and it was like, I never thought I was gonna, you know, be able to find this kind of love. I almost gave up on it, because we all, you know, you find that love once in a lifetime. But I'm telling you, here they are. And it's going to feel even more like home. It's going to feel, because you're so home in yourself, the person you're attracting has to be in the same vibration, if that makes sense. So it's a really beautiful, it's so beautiful, guys. Love begins. Love begins. Then we do a little timing card. When is this going to happen? When is the Capricorn meeting this person? If you haven't already. It's really beautiful numbers as well. And it is the sort of, I'm waiting for a card to stand out. Stand out to me, please, or I'll pick it. I'll just pick it then. Within the next few months, guys, within the next few months, you're going to meet this person. The next few months for me, when I'm doing this reading, it's probably like around March somewhere. And that's within. So it's like from now till towards the end of March. That's the span of where you're going to meet. I feel like for some of you guys, you might have even met them, or just felt the essence of them, or they coming into your dreams or something like that. This is in the bottom, within the next few months. And it's this wide staircase, these golden steps leading up to this palace. It's grand love, it's big love, it's beautiful. And I started saying it was a green border around this as well. So it's like the green for me is not just for the romantic love, it's for whole love. It's like, it just really talks about the type of unconditional love It's like you can do whatever you want. You can be exactly who you are, and they're gonna love you more because of it. Not to have to adjust yourself or compromise all that much, or just staying true to who you are is really what's gonna draw them in. Okay, it's such a beautiful reading. Okay, I'm gonna call it Love Begins, your title. I hope it helps. I hope it uplifts you guys, and I hope to see you back next week. Please subscribe on your way out if you haven't already. Thank you so much. Bye.